Hello, Mission. I'm Shang Jun, and I'm going to analyze a workplace ethical dilemma based on the Aristotle golden mean theory. So this case is based on a real incident shared by my brother, referred to as individual B, who worked at company X and mid-tier accounting firm. The ethical issue involved his colleague and close university friend individual A. So B and A had been close friends since university, where they built a solid friendship through group projects and shared experience. A was well known for his intelligence, leadership, and integrity. Because of this strong reputation, B and other colleagues trusted him and believed he would always act responsibly. Over time, B noticed that A often left his workstation about 10 minutes before the 11:30 a.m. lunch break and stayed away for long periods. At first, we assumed A was simply taking early breaks and didn't pay much attention. But one day, B saw A standing near the female restroom, looking through a narrow gap in the door and also peeking through a small window above it. The area had limited CCTV coverage, suggesting that A was aware of the blind spot. So B was shocked and confronted him. However, A took the matter lightly, denied wrongdoing because B didn't have a strong evidence to report him, even the B has caught A. So because of their long and close friendship, B experienced deep internal conflict. Although he knew it was right to report A's behavior, he feared damaging their strong bond and creating tension at work. After much thought, B chose to remain silent. As a result, no report was made and A continued working without punishment. So the vice that I identify on the action of A is overindulgence. Overindulgence occurs when a person gives in to desire without restraint. This is because A repeatedly peeked at female colleagues through a door gap and a window above the restroom. He knew the area had limited CCTV and used this to satisfy his own sexual curiosity. Cowardice is also another vice portrayed on the B. Cowardice is when fear stops a person from acting rightly. Based on my observation, B found out about A's behavior but stayed silently because he was afraid of ruining their friendship and creating workplace tension. Let's talk about the analysis of vices in individual A and B, how it relates to Aristotle's golden mean theory. Overindulgence is the excess of temperance. Temperance means having self-control and moderation in desires, allowing a person to enjoy pleasure in a balanced and reasonable way. Overindulgence occurs when desire overpowers reason, leading to excessive pursuit of pleasure. A's repeated acts of peeping at female colleagues through restroom gaps and ventilation windows show his lack of self-control, as he knowingly continued unethical behavior despite understanding it was wrong. The main cause of this vice is his failure to control his sexual desire and emotions. Although he knew his actions were unacceptable, he lacked the discipline to resist temptation. His feeling dominated his judgment, forming a habit that weakened his moral sense. Aristotle's ethics focuses on balance rather than strict rules. As laws of moderation shows that true virtue comes from controlling desires, through reason and developing moral character. Other than that, cowardice is the deficiency of courage that's portrayed in the action of B. Courage means facing fear and taking the right action in a reasonable way. It allows the people to overcome fear while still acting wisely. Cowardice occurs when fear overpowers reason, preventing a person from doing what is morally right. In this case, B chose to remain silent about A's wrongdoing because he was afraid of damaging their friendship and creating tension at work. Although he knew reporting was the right thing to do, he avoided it to protect his comfort. This main cause of this vice is allowing fear and emotion to control judgment. His lack of courage showed weak moral discipline and failure to act on what he knew was right. According to Aristotle Golden, true virtue lies in balance. Courage means managing fear through reason. This inaction reflects an imbalance that hinders moral growth and responsibility in the workplace. I have suggested some action steps for individual A and B to become a virtuous person. Aristotle thought that moral growth comes from learning through virtuous role models. A should seek guidance from a counselor or workplace ethics consultant to rebuild self-discipline. Through this section, he can identify behavioral triggers and learn methods such as mindfulness or reflection to manage temptation. Keeping a journal can help him notice when emotions start to overpower reason. This practice guides A toward moral ease and moves him from excessive desire toward the golden mean temperance. Rachel develops through repeated right action. A can strengthen self-control by avoiding tempting environments, focusing on his duties, and keeping clear boundaries with colleagues. Each act of restraint reinforces rational control over desire, gradually leading him toward moderation and the golden mean. Also suggested B some practical methods to move forward to the golden mean. B should practice speaking up in small ethical matters while reflecting rationally on true risks involved. This ongoing moral training helps him distinguish between real and imagined fears, strengthening forensics, practical wisdom, and forming a stable axis of courage. Through repetition, he learns to face fear reason, reaching the golden mean of courage. After each moral situation, B should write short reflection on what made him afraid, how he responded, and what he could do better next time. By analyzing his thoughts, he learns to separate reasonable caution from excessive fear, strengthening his moral judgment, helping him act with balance and courage in future situations.